Hello, my name is Hayden Jenkins, and I will be presenting Team 11's group implementation of the Streaming Wars project. After finishing our individual implementations, the group settled into focusing on two major project modifications. The first is scalability, and the second is archivability. The first project modification was scalability, and in order to do this, we wanted to focus on ensuring multiple users could use the system at the same time. In order to complete our scalability portion, we modified the commands to where we had a front-end portion that could be used by multiple users that would communicate with a back-end server. The second project modification was ensuring that the system could keep, archive, or delete data based on certain times or criteria. This is necessary because the original individual implementations all held information in volatile memory, so data was lost whenever a user started a new session. To complete this portion, we added a MySQL database that was able to hold data between sessions and persist between uses. In order to connect to the server, we hosted it on Azure. We're able to SSH in. You input a password. And now we're able to connect. For the purposes of this demonstration, we'll tell the server log that we can see different commands that are input throughout the session. With our server showing the log, we're ready to begin the demonstration. So again, one of the major accomplishments we're trying to get out of this group implementation is scalability. So in order to show the progress we've made, we're going to show multiple users connecting to the server and passing commands at the same time. So we have two users right now, one on the left, one on the right. They're both going to telnet into the server on port 6310. So we're in. So we're just going to create demographic, age 40 to 50, that's generally the example that's been used throughout the project. And we'll pass 800 people in. So we successfully created the demographic, as shown here, successfully passed in. So that was on the left side. On the right side, we're going to go ahead and display that demographic, and it successfully displayed that we have a demographic, age 40 to 50 the short name, viewers between 40 and 50 the long name, with the size of 800 that we wanted. Additionally, archivability was extremely important to the team as well, so we created the functionality to clear out that database whenever needed. So we'll go ahead and do that. That way we have a fresh template to go ahead and start the hard demonstration of the other functions added into the project. And then just to touch base again on the server side, I closed out one of the clients, which you see they disconnected, and then also it cleared out the database. So next we're going to demonstrate all the functions that we added since the individual implementations. In order to show that, we're going to use the same general setup from test 0 in the individual implementation. In there you're going to make two studios, two streaming services, two demographic groups, and then a few different events that will allow us to play around with the functionality and see what has been added since the last due out. So we're going to go ahead and create our commands, and just again, whenever we're doing this, we're going to create two demographics for this demonstration. One is ages 40 to 50, the other one is just age 20 that are anime watchers. We'll create two studios, one is Disney, the other is ESPN. We'll create a couple different events, several movies, and then 3 movies, 2 pay-per-view events, and then 2 streaming services, Amazon Prime and Netflix. And again, just to show client-to-server communication, you can see that the server received all these commands we passed in the previous step. So for our first new addition for functionality, we added the ability to update demographic groups, specifically how many personnel are in each demographic group. So we added one function, update demographic. And so for the purpose of this video, in the demonstration, we're going to take our reviewers between 40 and 50. Originally we set that value to 800, and then we're going to pass our update demographic function, and we're going to actually change that to 900, which whenever we display our demographic again, you can see that we do show 900. The second function is perhaps the most realistic one, and that's the ability for the streaming services to be able to update the prices they charge. In which case we're taking Netflix. The original value was $16 for the subscription, and we're gonna up that to $18 because it's gonna happen. And then whenever we display our Netflix streaming services, you can now see that our subscription value has updated to 18. Our next function we added is to be able to update events. So primarily this is going to be used to update licensing fees charged. Right now we're going to display all of our events that we have going on right now. So we have Mulan, we have a pay-per-view for 30 for 30, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and then we have an MMA championship. So we're going to go ahead and retract the Little Mermaid. You can see I had a typo earlier. We'll retract the Little Mermaid, and then whenever we display our offers, Little Mermaid's no longer there, and we just have 3 events currently being offered by the different streaming services. And I'm going to go ahead and add back in the Little Mermaid. And again, just for everyone's awareness, we're back at 4 items offered by the various streaming services. And so we showed the basic functionality of each of our 4 functions added in. However, one stipulation is that these entities cannot change the various numbers once money has changed hands. So for example, your demographic group can't change its number of people in the group, or your streaming service can't change its subscription fee. Or you can't even retract a movie once a demographic group has watched that movie. So for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to show that the demographic of ages 40 to 50 had 50 people that watched Beauty and the Beast. So after executing this command, we display the Amazon Prime, and you can see that for this current period they have made $5,400. And so now we're going to run each of our commands again, and this time the commands are going to fail. So Netflix again, in classic fashion, wants to raise their prices. They're going to try to raise their prices to $20, and it's not going to allow us to increase that because money has changed hands. So if we display the stream, you can see that Netflix subscription is still at $18. We'll also try updating our demographic for age 40 to 50. We're going to say that several people try to join the demographic group, and they actually want to have 1,000 people in the group now. However, again, whenever we try to update, we get a message that says we cannot update the current object. And lastly, we're going to show that you cannot update the event anymore. So for the next function, the studio saw how successful Beauty and the Beast was whenever they raised the licensing fee to $2,000, so they get greedy. They want to raise it to over $9,000. So whenever we execute this function, again, we get cannot update the current object. And now we know for the current month, as long as money's changed hands, we're not going to be able to make these updates on the functions we implemented. So we went ahead and went to the next month. So we'll display the time. And it's showing we're in December 2020. And we're going to go ahead and update Netflix. So they're trying to increase their subscription to $20. They go ahead and do that. And whenever we display the stream, you can see that Netflix can again change their subscription costs, and it's now $20. Likewise, the demographic of ages 40 to 50 can expand to 1,000 people. And you can see they have 1,000 personnel. The studio was able to update Beauty and the Beast cost to $9,000. And whenever we display our events, you can see that Beauty and the Beast is cut off, but you can see the 9,000, so 9,000. And then as far as our offers, they reset at the end of the month, but once we have offers, if we wanted to retract those, we could do that again as well. And that concludes the project demonstration of our group implementation. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed as much as we enjoyed working on this project. Thank you.